Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Finally.
Yes.
How's everything?
Well, everything's okay.
Okay, I sat without asking for permission to sit.
No problem, just sit.
So, how are you?
I'm good.
Nice to be here.
Welcome.
I like the texture of your office.
Oh, thank you.
It's girlish, that's why I can easily.
Sure, very attractive.
Yeah, I can see the studio one.
Yeah, that's studio one.
Oh.
Yes.
So it's a studio.
Not really a studio, but we, as an organization, we are reviewing our strategic plan, and we've been thinking of changing the name. We don't want this office to be like the executive director's office.
Oh.
Yeah, so we just want this to be studio 1, the other one be studio 2, and we have studios.
Why studio though? Why studio?
Actually, as an organization, we choose on the word studio because it breaks the barrier. Like now, when you're the director, you don't see like I'm the director and that. Yeah.
So studio 1 represents the
director.
Yes. Then studio 2
that's
is
the finance.
Studio 3.
Studio 3 now the programs and the chart.
No.
Just let it there.
Okay. Okay, so guys, again, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and these are stories that I'm bringing you live from Siaya County. And to be specific, it's in Bondo sub-county, right?
Yeah, Bondo sub-county.
Yes.
Yeah.
And guys, what you guys don't know about Bondo, it's quite developed. Like I didn't imagine that I could actually come to, Bondo. Is it Bondo sub-county? Bondo town specifically, and see this kind of development. So there's a lot happening here, and you should be here. So today I'm also meeting one of the young people championing peace building in Kenya, but especially in Siaya County. So maybe if he can just introduce himself and tell us more about where we are, what is the name of this place, and of course his work. Karibu sana.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, my name is Kevin.Omondi. I'm the executive director of Karte organization. Karte. Karte means according to your strength.
Oh, that's Luo.
That's Luo.
It's Karte organization. Okay.
Meaning according to your strength.
All right.
So Karte was formed in the year 2011.
All right.
Around May. Yes, that's when the organization was started. The major reason why the organization was started was that quite a long time young women and men and women have been facing a lot of violence in regards to stigma and discrimination, and now they could not get access to healthcare services. Some were not going to church, some could not express themselves, and due to people who are not understanding their rights. So as the director, I came with this in mind because it's something started long time when I was growing up. Yeah, so I decided to, actually it has been my dream that when I reach this age, then I need to start.
You don't want to tell us that age, but it's okay.
I don't want to tell you that age, but now. But it has been in my heart each and every time because of how people have been, what the challenges and the violence people have been facing. Yeah, that's why Category was started in 2011, May, yes. Yeah,
interesting. But then what does Category especially, what does it do? What does it stand for? I love the fact that you've given that overview, but looking at it from an interfaith, because I understand there's that interfaith connection.
Okay. One of the thematic area or one of the pillars of Category is religious program. The religious programming is that we are creating spaces for young people within the churches. Why are we creating spaces within the churches? We are creating spaces within the churches so that young people feel free to go to church, and they feel free to know the importance of going to church. So through this, we've partnered with several denominations of churches within Siaya County and beyond. Yeah. So we have a network of Siaya Interfaith Network, which is a collective of different denominations, close to 8 denominations, 10 denominations coming together to champions about acceptance and inclusivity within the church spaces. Yeah, so what we normally do with the Siaya Interfaith Network is that we are working with the religious leaders to champion towards peace building, more so during the COVID-19, when things were tough with people could not gather and all that. Now the religious leaders were the people in front to champions about all these things. In case of any violence, or because sometimes when you're a youth and then you want to stand and speak, then people might not get your voice. But the religious leaders, they man a larger congregation,
Awesome.
more so every week. So that's what we are doing. So the religious leaders, they are helping us actually to spread more about peace building and how can people live with harmony and all that.
Okay.
And also during this electioneering period, youth are being used because they are being used as campaign tool, whereby politicians will come and make use of them, then they leave them there. And at times when violence comes in, then youth are the people who are being targeted to initiate maybe the violence within different party and all that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more about Siaya Interfaith Network. So it's a network, right?
It's a network. What
role do you play in that particular network?
Okay. The Siaya Interfaith Network was my mind.
Ooh.
Yes.
It's big, like it encompasses of all religious
organizations within Siaya.
Okay.
That was my mind. We did a training for the religious leaders. We had a manual called Towards the Safe Space Manual in Western Kenya.
What is that?
So this is a training manual we are using to train religious leaders to have the knowledge in regards to dialogue, so that we don't want to have a debate in regards to peace, but we want to dialogue together with different sectors that each and every sector may understand. Because you know, the mind of God was that people to live together peacefully actually.
Yes.
Then now those who have gone through the theology school and the religious leaders, they have gone through the Bible and they understand the Bible. And you know, when you read the Bible and you want to sit down and make someone understand, you must dialogue. It's not like a debate.
Never.
So that's what is there. You know. So when we developed this manual called Towards the Safe Space, it was a dialogue manual to help religious leaders to have the mind of dialoguing with other people. Then through that, we realized that now we have more religious leaders. And you know, something which can make them be together is when we form a network. And now actually it was in my office here. When we developed a constitution, we registered the network and some of the things they need to do. And we do meet monthly to review some of the things we are doing. And actually we get reports from different regions.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, nice one. But let me understand this. Are you also a religious leader?
Wow. I'm a Seventh-day Adventist.
Okay.
An elder in the Seventh-day Adventist.
Okay.
So I'm a religious leader.
You are a religious leader.
Actually, I'm a religious leader.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what would be that title? Other than religious leader? No, you guys have title. Like pastor, like...
Oh, okay. You know the hierarchy of the Seventh-day Adventist.
Yeah.
We have a pastor who is pastoring close to... like our pastor is pastoring 22 congregations.
Okay.
That's 22 churches. And now the role of the elders within the churches, they run the day-to-day... Actually, they oversee the day-to-day running of the church. So elders act as pastors within the Seventh-day Adventist.
Oh, yeah. When the overall pastor
is away, then now they assign duties to the
okay.
elders.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And you're one of those
I'm one of the elders. Actually, we are 10 elders in our church, and I'm one of the elders, and our church is the biggest church in Siaya County.
Right.
Yeah.
So again, just to get us all understand this, so you're coordinating both the Siaya Interfaith Network and also category organization. How do the two really correlate? Okay.
Category organization, which I'm the director, actually I'm the founder director, has got 3 thematic areas. We are working on health and advocacy. We are working on religious programming. That's the engagement with the religious leaders. And again, we are working on the livelihood. So the livelihood is that we are empowering the youths on how to have their own income. So in regards to income generating activity. But in terms of advocacy, health and advocacy, we are advocating for the rights of access to healthcare services, of which we are holding some of the advocacy sessions with the health workers. Then in regards to religious work, we are working with the religious leaders in dialogue sessions. So with the religious leaders, again, we are bringing different sectors. Like last week on Wednesday, we had a meeting with the police, education, the judiciary, the health service providers, so that we can dialogue around peace.
Everything is dialogue, really.
Everything is dialogue.
Your advocacy is just to let members of the community know that dialogue is the way to go. It's not about I know debate is just but one of those ways, but dialogue whereby there's that back and forth conversation really works, right?
Very, very well.
All right. Why is this important to you, like dialogue? Why are you championing for the members of the community to embrace dialogue?
Okay, the reason why I'm championing on this, because dialogue, we don't have a winner. Everyone is a winner.
It's true.
And in most cases, people love winning. So when you bring the aspect of dialoguing, is that now everyone will get a chance to talk, and you know that whatever you've said is correct, because that's your mind.
Right.
That's number one. Number two, dialogue is where even the youths, young people, get an opportunity to express their feelings and how they are seeing things. But now when we leave it as a debate, then sometimes someone can pin you down, and now you feel
Based
like, no, I need not to. I need not to
good grammar
talk.
and language stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when it actually dialogue has been working. Another thing with debate, why we embrace dialogue, is that dialogue, we only have a moderator. Someone is moderating the session, but we'll not be having someone like now I'm the boss. But we only have someone who give directions.
Yeah.
So can you say something? Can you say something?
So
it comes a bit open and accommodating.
Exactly. Interesting. And do you love your job? I know I asked that a lot. Do you love what you do?
Very, very, very much. Because let me tell you, I worked for Impact Research in 2009, 2010, part of 2011. Then I resigned from working.
Why? Because
I had to follow my vision, and it has been my dream to empower young people, And now we have, I'm a happy person where I said, because you are from my space.
Yeah.
My space is me. I'm the mentor. Yeah. If you go, Kesh will tell you. There's another, we have close to 5 organizations in Siaya.
Yes.
For young people, I'm the mentor.
Oh.
We have other organizations coming up. They'll come to me and ask me for, Director, how can we go about this? So I love my job because I'm empowering young people to stand and work, actually, and advocate for other people.
Right.
Because very soon I'll be leaving this work. I'm soon retiring.
Where will you be going?
I'm soon retiring.
Oh, so as you retire, you want to have other young people come up as well and champion for the rights. I mean, to create more spaces for themselves and even for the younger generation.
For the younger generation, because at times when you hold on some positions, then some people, other people will feel like, no, right. Kevin is there, I need not to go there. Right. But you'll be here, I was here, then now I leave it for someone. As you go step by step, then you let people climb.
Oh, yeah.
But when you are stagnant somewhere, then people will be like, no.
But you also become redundant when you stay somewhere for so long. I don't know if that. I actually there are some jobs I've done before, and I'm always like, I don't stay somewhere for more than 1 year. But thank God I'm now doing what I love.
Sure.
And this is something that I intend to do for as long as I passion, and how your passion is dealing with the young people, and how you're bringing in dialogue in every aspect of the community, but also just looking at how young people could also carry on with your vision should you exit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then another thing I can add is that categorically we embrace inclusivity, regardless of your sexual orientation, regardless of who you are, because we have people who are born differently, and they deserve some rights, and peace as well. We have people who have been facing a lot of violence. Like, I don't know, you understand, nowadays we have people are different.
Yeah.
We have those who are transgender people, we have people who are intersex, those who have 2 sex organs, and quite a number have been facing a lot of violations.
Yeah.
And this is what made me to feel like, no, I need to stand and advocate for people's rights. And I made sure that we have our space within the region. You know that.
Right.
And now when I bring in the aspect of religious work, then at times, religious leaders, they play a very big role in this.
Yeah, that's where I was coming to, because again, issues to do with, gender, gender is a structurally constructed norm in the community. But you realize that there are other, marginalized communities that, especially for the church, they find it really uneasy to incorporate in their services? And of course, as a coordinator towards the interfaith network, how does that work in Siaya?
Okay, it has been a challenge for a while because when I started the organization, you could not talk about that. Every time you call people to talk about it, people will send you away. But through a lot of advocacy, a lot of dialogue, people are trying to embrace, and they see we need to look at it in different perspectives. And that's why we are bringing in the religious leaders, so that they may interpret the Bible and tell us what does the Bible says. Because at one point the Bible will talk about this, at one point the Bible will talk differently. But now we want the religious leaders to connect this and tell us what is really in the Bible. But now let's look at the love of Jesus. You know, that's what we always seeing. And Jesus, for God so loved the world, that's why he sent his only begotten Son. And now through that love, God, the mind of God is that we live in harmony, peace, regardless of who you are. That's the next thing. But the first thing is, are we living as brothers and sisters? That's number one important thing. So when we develop the manual is structured in a way that the religious leaders, they have to understand gender. And after understanding gender, they know what is gender.
Who approves this manual? Who, the accreditation body, who approves that?
Okay, like the manual we were using at first was developed by a consultant in liaison with the NASP of Kenya. But the one we are using now, it has not been taken to the public domain. But because we are still reviewing that manual each and every time, so that we can have a standard manual, then we take it for approval. But for now, we've been using the one which was approved by the NASCO. But we have another one,
an updated
one, which is yet to be approved.
All right. Yes. And speaking about elections, what do you think is the role of the churches, religious leaders in ensuring that there is peace is maintained, is sustained during this particular period and even after? Because it's not enough that we talk about during elections. There's also life after elections in Kenya.
Okay, now what I can say is that, and that's what we've been advocating for as the interfaith network, is that when you are a religious leader and you man close to 500 people weekly, and having 500 people weekly, it means that because people believe in what their leader says. So we are always actually advising, can I say advising or advocating, telling people that we need to ensure that we have peace in wherever we are, because politics comes, it will come and go, but will remain. There's no way let's say Raila becomes the president today, I'll not go and stay at the State House. I'll be here. And Catholic will still continue. Siaya Interfaith will still continue, whether Raila becomes the president or not. Whether my friend becomes the MCA or not, my name will not change. You see. So we are trying to make people understand that your friend will remain your friend. Your brother will be your brother, regardless of whatever thing. So it might be political differences, but you remain brothers. So we are trying to encourage people, so that we may not let the politicians not use us, so that we may cause violence. Then the next day someone will die, we lose their life, or we understand, hatred and all that. Yeah, that's what we are telling people.
What is the mood of the religious space, the interfaith space? What is the mood of those particular, religious leaders in regards to the elections? Are they too anxious? Are they frustrated? Is there tension? What is the mood? And as a representative, what is your mood?
I'm one person who will not follow politicians, and I'm one person because like tomorrow there will be a nomination. I have in mind, I have to exercise my democratic right. That's a must. But I have in mind someone I'm going to vote for, and voting for him or her is my business. Because it's secret ballot, Yeah, I'll just go and vote. So the thing is, the religious leaders, we are not into politics. We are playing our role as religious leaders. and politicians are playing their roles as politicians. But now we are talking to our congregants our congregants are also the voters for these religious leaders.
Sure.
So we are trying to tell our congregants that, as a Christian, let's embrace peace.
Yeah.
Let's embrace love. Go vote, go home. Wait for the result. Whichever comes, that's the result.
That's the result.
Exactly.
Interesting. So I like how you people you remain open-minded to the situation at hand, but you're also really advising and advocating for peace regardless of any situation that arises during this particular time. I'm just wondering then, at a personal level, does your work really become too much sometimes? Because at your position, I assume that you have so many people coming to you for advice, for recommendations, for all sorts of advices you could give. How does that work for you, and how do you balance between being a community worker but also a religious leader and also mentor to so many other young people?
Okay. Actually, sometimes it's a bit yeah, but we are trying. For example, yesterday I received 5 calls, and all of these 5 calls, they wanted money, and they were at a fix, and they were like, "Director, you're the only person who can help me. I need 500." Within 2 hours, "Director, you're the only person who can help me. I need 200. That's one. So you get 4 or 5 calls, they need money. And when you look at it, they need money. I love to come in.
Right.
Number 2, like now, the category is now big because I have so many children,
Yeah.
and sometimes I do proposals, you get money, you implement, and your child does not implement. They sometimes you see and you feel like, no, there's something I have not done. So you'll have to bring the child in and tell your child, this is what I've gotten, just come.
It's true.
Come and sit here so that we may implement this activity.
Together.
Because the ultimate goal is not me implementing, but is all about us implementing.
And creating impact.
And creating impact. You see, and that's why sometimes that's how it is. Another thing, when people will tell you that you are the only person who can help me get this job because you know my ability and all that, may you do me a recommendation. And at times you'll have to do. Some people will come and tell you that we are doing this proposal, we've never gotten anything, and we want you to host. Can you host us? Then sometimes you go sit and say, can I do it or not?
Yeah.
But
you end up doing it.
Yeah, so those are the things.
Yeah. Do you find your job interesting an interesting job to do, so that the younger people watching who also aspire to be religious leaders at one point could look up to you and also could just get motivated to continue doing what they do for those people who are already in the same space?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, somehow. Yeah, because when you get people feel like when people are coming from you, they are coming to you to get advice.
Then you're doing the right thing.
Yeah. Then again, when you see people are growing, like if I'm working with you, then the following day you tell me that director, I want to go. I have this idea. I want to start this organization. Then I'll tell you, proceed, start the organization. Then I'll see you proceeding well. Then I'll say no. I've done something good. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Maybe if you could tell everyone else, what would your commitment be towards this particular critical election periods in Kenya as an individual, as Calvin, but also as category, but also as the representative of all the religious leaders in Siaya County? What would be your commitment to, maintaining peace in Siaya County and Kenya as a whole?
Okay, my commitment is that, as Kevin, who is also the director of category, I'm doing a lot of resource mobilization now, so that we may hold quite a number of dialogue meetings with different sectors. Our target now is the border, because they are the most people are being used by politicians, so that we may actually put something into their mind to understand what peace is. You know, that's number one. Number two, my role again is all about preaching peace, 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 peace.
So maybe as we wind up, what would be your commitment as a young person, as a religious leader, and as the mentor to so many other young people, young organizations in Kisumu? You will strive to ensure that you promote and support peace in Siaya County and beyond.
Number one, as an organization, we're also mobilizing so that we can get resources and have more dialogue with different people, most on the border, because the border people are being used so much to cause violence in every space. So we just want the border people to understand what it entails to have peace and what peace is. The number two is being a religious leader. I'll be preaching peace each and every time.
Right.
And we just want to start as a religious leaders. I'm a Seventh-day Adventist, but I can go preach in Nomia so that they understand the dynamics in SDA and in Nomia. We go preach in Major, we go preach in Anglican, Catholic, if at all you get that chance, so that we have that interactions and we tell people, because when someone new comes to my church and talks about peace, then my members will listen more than me talking to them. So we do that such exchange visit also, so that people may understand and that's what we are doing now as a religious leaders.
Awesome. Yeah. Would you say Siaya is a peaceful county?
Not necessarily peaceful county, but we are trying to make it peaceful. Peaceful, yeah.
What makes it not necessarily peaceful?
Okay, because we still have work to do.
Right.
Yeah, the work is we are not yet done there. Yeah, so that's why I'm saying we need a lot of work, because we not reach to different people. We are only reaching to the members of the congregations and other stakeholders, but we want to get down. Yeah.
Awesome. Maybe just to get to know, tell us, where is this area? Which county, sub-county, and where are we? And what would you say is one thing that you really love about your county? One thing that really excites you and you wouldn't mind mentioning to any other person who dares to ask?
Okay. In Siaya, this is Siaya County. Yeah. This is Bondo Sub-County. Okay. This is Bondo Sub-County, Maranda Division, if I may say. And Bondo Township location. Okay. Yeah, and we are in Bondo Township location, Nyawita sub-location. Yes. Nyawita.
Okay.
Nyakasumbi village, West Sakwa Ward.
West Sakwa Ward.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is West Sakwa Ward.
Okay.
Under the leadership of our MCS called Chief Aringo.
Yes. Okay.
George, I think.
Right. Yeah, it's really nice to visit this particular. What can I remember from that hierarchy? I remember Siaya County, Bondo Sub-County. Wait. Nyawita location.
Oh, Bondo Sub-County, Maranda Division.
The Maranda Division.
Yeah, Bondo Township location, yes. Nyawita sub-location.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's something good about Bondo. That's what you're asking?
Yeah.
About this area?
Yeah, there's something that is well known for Bondo.
Okay. Something well known for Bondo is all about politics. Because we have the most politicians in Kenya.
Yes.
And that's Baba, the fifth.
This is the home of Baba.
This is the home of Baba. That's why number two is the resources we have.
The resources, yeah.
Bondo is always resourceful because we are surrounded. Actually, everywhere. Lake Victoria covers, in Siaya County, we have close to 30 wards. And out of 30 wards...
Wait, 30?
30 wards.
Okay.
And out of 30 wards, only 5 wards are not adjacent to the river or lake. So that's very important.
Where? So that you have a river. What's the name of the river?
We have River Yala.
And
we have Lake Victoria. And we have Lake Kanyaboli. It's only in Siaya we have 2 lakes.
Lake Nyakaboli.
Lake Kanyaboli.
Okay.
In a Lego.
Oh, in a lake.
Yeah, around somewhere called there.
It's a small lake, right?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Kanyaboli was, I did it in GHC. Man-made lake.
Oh, man-made. Oh, makes sense. Alright, yeah. Interesting to also learn about Siaya County and getting to know those resources that people would not actually tell you. The reason why I've forgotten is that damn, those things we studied in high school, in primary school,
I said
social
yes,
studies. Yeah, for me it was social studies,
Yeah.
and you were just doing them to pass exams.
Exactly.
You were not doing them to actually get to learn.
Now you see it.
Yeah, so hearing from him really mentioning that is important.
Sure.
Okay, your parting shot, what would you say about the kind of, I mean, Kenya as a whole? What is that one thing that you want to, what be a message you want to send to fellow Kenyans?
Oh.
Like the president usually say, fellow Kenyans,
Yeah.
what is it that you'd want to pass to the entire country?
Okay, I have so many things to pass, but
Yeah.
let me some of the
In
things.
regards to,
Peace.
yeah.
That's what I want to say. Yeah, you know, at times people do talk about handshake, which is very important. Yeah, because of that handshake, we are living at peace. Yeah, so I would love, what I would want to tell Kenyans is that let's have a handshake with one another. Yes, having one handshake with one another, that will help us a lot, because if I have it with you, then you're my brother. You see Baba and our president, they call each other my big brother. So let's have big brothers, let's have big sisters, and let's embrace peace, peace, peace. Thank you.
Alright, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this particular conversation. If you did enjoy, give it a thumbs up. Do share and also subscribe to Ipeace. And by the way, the YouTube channel is called Ipeace. It means I build peace as a person, and then when we are with you together, we build peace. So it's we peace. So ask them to also just subscribe.
Yeah,
to the YouTube
so
channel.
just subscribe to that YouTube channel, Ipeace,
Ipeace.
Ipeace.
Yes.
Yeah, so that we may build that peace
Together.
together.
Thank you so much, guys, and bye bye.
Oh, bye bye. Thank you so much.